Hi, welcome. So the main thrust of Module 3 is business development and marketing, and just focusing on how we really help our companies grow leveraging the power of AI. So last week, we've talked about prompts and how to leverage the power of prompts, the React method. And since then, what I did was I created this book for you that I've been wanting to do for a while. So I'm excited to share with you, first time ever, what I'm calling the AI Prompt Library. So I have in here so far, and I'm going to keep on building it, whole bunch of different prompts you may use that I think will be really helpful. I've got 66 of them. So I started creating them for today's lecture, which is on marketing and business development. Then I realized you need these for everything on when we get to daily productivity, emails and such like that. When we get to just best structures of prompts like you already have, defining your role. But there's so many ways you can use this. So I thought I'm going to create it all, give that to you, and then you will go to it when it's something that we're using for the lecture. So in this case, I'm going to be going to it for the actual part that we're going to be talking about today, which is marketing and business development. But when we get to governance, you're going to see that there's risk assessment and governance prompts in here. When you get to automation and productivity, you're going to see that there's automation prompts in here as well. Um, so there's every type of prompt I could think of. And I think every time I think of a new prompt, I will add this and share it with you. So what I have in here is really the thought process I put into it is not just random prompts in random um, sequence. I actually put them in a sequence that I think you would use them in. So for marketing and strategy planning, which is what today's lecture is about, I've actually put them in the sequence that I think you would use them in. So company value proposition prompt, then competitor identification prompt, then your client segmentation prompt and their pain points, then the SWOT analysis prompt, then the content strategy prompt, then your content calendar prompt, and then getting ready for AI to actually find you. We talked about that last week, how you will need to create gems and GPTs so that you are GEO ready versus just SEO ready, creating your full social media calendar, and then creating your actual posts, creating blog prompts, blogs by asking it to create you blogs based on everything we just did. Okay, so now we know what we need to talk about because we did all that work. Okay, so now create the content for me. So if you just went to it and asked it to create content for you, what? You need to do all that other work first, which I'm going to get into right now for marketing and business development, so that you can position your AI to actually now create that content, create a script for video, create a script for podcasts, just create plain old photos for you. So there's just so much we can do now. So I'm excited about that. So that's what this is all about. Is I thought I need to create this for you, and then I got into something which really excited about is organization readiness prompts. This one we're going to be talking about when we get into the governance part of our course, the very last module, but some of you may want to decide to do this for your final assignment, which is a AI readiness plan for your companies. So if that's the case, I have the prompts here that you would need for that: company-wide training, company policy review, company user guides, and all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool, eh? Anyways, I'm very proud of this. I just created it. I am first time I'm articulating anything about it. I created it using the help of ChatGPT. I put in what I was wanting in the prompt, and it would help me make the prompt better. Then I asked it. Then I went into Microsoft Word, and I brought my content into it, and I had Microsoft Word with its Copilot that's built into it build me this photo for this cover, and so I try to use all the little tools that we have to create this for you. So I'm pretty excited that I have now this for you, and it's up on the Blackboard for you. So feel free to go in, look through what you need as a prompt, and then go down and to that section and then cut and paste what it is that is here for you as the prompt, and then put that into ChatGPT or to Gemini and follow the instructions and have it follow your instructions. And I'm excited to hear what you have as an outcome. Okay, so that is, okay, let me get back to the presentation. So that's what we're at today. We did prompts. I'm giving you more information on prompts. And then today we're going to be talking about focusing in on marketing and business development. And I'm going to try and not go too far over the time limit at all, because that's not fair to you. So basically, everything changes with AI. In the past, in order to create these marketing plans and strategies, we would have to bring in all sorts of help and all sorts of outside expertise. Well, AI is acting like that outside expertise, and we need it to do the research for it, but we still are the final authority, right? On ensuring it understood what we asked for appropriately, and then it gives us all these ideas, and then we see what works for us and what doesn't. So we're going to be able to help AI, understand us, and then it'll help us go out and see what others are seeing. Okay, so now that I know AI knows what your value, what you are all about, and it will then identify who your clients are seeing as your competitors. You may not even realize at times that they're seeing certain other businesses as your competitors. That's simply how they've positioned themselves online. And then we ask them, okay, how did they do that? How do I do it better than them? And then AI will help us understand how to do it better than them. So, how does AI assist us in marketing? We're not throwing away everything we know about marketing. We're not throwing away everything we know about um, business development and growth. What we're doing is seeing how AI can help us enhance what we currently do. So, like we said, AI is just a new employee who has all sorts of reach, and they can find out information, but we still need to train it along the way as it's helping us in whatever area we're in. So, in this case, business development and marketing. So, traditionally, these are the 5 steps that I find anyone I work with follows for business growth, and the traditional 5 steps for marketing. So it would be defining your strategy, absolutely, understanding your goals, absolutely, and then understanding from that what your unique value proposition is. Why would they come to you over someone else? And so you go through those steps, and I have some prompts, as I showed you in my prompt library, that helps you get to that. And AI uses many different um, strengths that it has to bring that information together for you. And then you're able to, okay, now that we know what my value proposition is, I need you to tell me what my client segments are. Who actually wants to buy my product and why? What are their pain points? It'll tell you. And that is the most surprising part I find of all of this, is it telling you why clients are actually working with you, or why they're actually buying your product, and or why they find you more trustworthy than someone else, or why they find someone else more trustworthy than you, and what you need to do to change that. So I absolutely love this part the best. And then we get into really understanding how you outperform your competitors online. Then we get into creating, based on all of that, your content plan. Creating, asking AI to help you with topics throughout every month. And based on those, say it's 4 topics, general buckets of topics, then asking it to help you create, okay, tell me the wording for the blogs I need to use. Tell me the wording for the social media posts I need to use. Tell me the wording for my scripts, if you've decided you're actually going to do some short videos yourself, or if you're going to do videos using a AI clone, or maybe you're going to use the podcast. So you ask it for the scripts, it creates the scripts, but you need to do all that other work first, or else it's not going to make any sense. It's going to be off brand. It's not going to be part of your value proposition. It's going to be very distorted. So we need to understand all that, and then we need to keep it on track. Just because we've done this once, it's supposed to remember. I know I say it always remembers, but often you've got to take it back to what they said in what you've agreed to. Sometimes I find I have to cut and paste. Once we've decided on my value proposition, we've decided on what my messaging is going to be. I have to share it to it again when I'm asking it to create my next blog because it might be a little off. It's actually getting a lot better in remembering, but sometimes. Okay, so I need to move you a little bit there. So let's talk about, as you saw in what I shared with you for my uh, prompts, I have it in sequence of how you need to think about that part of whatever you're doing. So in this case, translating um, the prompts you need in order to actually create your marketing plan. First, we need to decide your uh, your business foundation, which is your value proposition, your competitors, and your client segments. So we need to identify that, and we've got 3 prompts for that. Then we need a SWOT analysis, which is brilliant because a lot of your action comes out of this SWOT analysis. It will tell you what your weaknesses are, and therefore what are the actions that I need to do, and it gives you a plan. This is where your plan starts happening. I absolutely love this part. Without the SWOT analysis, I don't think you really know why you're doing what you're doing. So that's why the SWOT analysis is so important because then it goes out and looks at your competitors, they see what their weaknesses are. They know what your value proposition and what your strengths are. So all they're doing is say, you need to talk about this because that's going to position you as the person your clients want to buy from or trust. So that's exciting, or that AI trusts. So and then we get into the content plan, the content calendar, and also the GEO is important as we go through this. How do I get AI to know that I'm even doing any of this? Okay, so that's all it boils down to. So you can stop watching now if this is not something that's ever going to interest you. If it is, then come along with me. So what we're going to be talking about here is I already talked about all of this. What I didn't say is the long-term relationship piece. That's when we get AI to help you automate, and it helps you in productivity to personalize your content. So we're going to be talking about that more when we talk about some automation tools that AI can work with. So we'll talk about that more, I think, in 2 lectures from now. So we already talked about that. So the first prompt, I don't think I'm going to get into all the prompts in detail because we'll never get through all of this course on time. But the first prompt is really, okay, what's my value proposition? And so all you would do is cut and paste this prompt, or you can go to the a little book I just created for you and fill in the blanks. Cut and paste that right into ChatGPT or into Gemini, and then fill in the blanks. And let's see what it comes out with for you. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say. And it's very detailed, very powerful. And again, you read that, and it's like your new employee is sharing this with you, and then you need to feedback to it saying, okay, you got this right, you got that wrong. Let's do it again and let's tweak it a little bit. And so this is what you need to do is clearly define my customer's value, my company's value proposition. This is my business name and website. If you have a website, and if you're a new business, then here is where you would put information about what I'm hoping to do in my business, my industry, what industry you're in, customer types. Who do you think your customer types are? What service areas are you in? It makes a big difference if you're in a rural area, if you're in a giant city, or if you're selling globally. So where are your service areas that you're selling to? Primary problems you solve, and the reason service areas are also important because that needs to know that when we then look at your competitors, because it's going to not share competitors with you that aren't really in your service area. That's critical to know, make sure you're in the service areas. So you'll see prompts that come out that forget service areas and they're weak. You need to know what your service area is and put that in there so that it knows where to look for you. Don't forget to put the city and the province or state that you're in and country because sometimes it gets confused on that part as well. Customer type, I find often it might be bias to the customer a type that you have. So make sure you put in your customer types as well. If there's gender and different ethnic humans that really like your product for some reason, share with that with AI so it learns and it understands. Okay. The main problem you're solving and how you solve it differently, how you think you solve it differently. And then return one sentence at a time with my one sentence value proposition, a short paragraph version, and three key benefit statements. And that's where the gold happens, is when it returns those things to you. So you want to be honest and specific. Don't just, be too general. Simple language beats clever language. And you're going to use this before you start any of your marketing updates. So that's when you're using any of this. And this then takes you to the next part, which is okay, now we know that. I want to know who my competitors are. Who do I actually compete with? And this helps you understand, who do you compete with. There will be direct competitors. Usually I only do direct competitors, but AI suggests that you may want to also try indirect or substitute competitors. I know that's accurate. Often they will substitute you as something else that they don't realize that you actually do. So, or the value as to why they would use you. So they're substituting their solving their pain with something else. Doesn't even feel like a direct competitor. So I thought that was clever to ask that and see where that goes. So this is how you can find out your competitors. Your competitor analysis, I'd love for you to try this, is usually mind blowing. And then now you're going to position yourself to understand who your customers are. You know your value proposition. You know who your competitors might be. So who are your customers? What motivates them to buy? What languages do they, how does get AI to speak their language so you're solving their real problems? And then this is where you want AI to give you however many you'd like, 4 to 6 segments. There might be more segments that you have, but honestly, your top clients represent a larger percentage of your business. And then there are probably a whole bunch that are a smaller percentage. So let's focus on that larger percentage. And then maybe you want to go back to AI after we do this and say, okay, there are some clients I haven't focused on. How do I grow that segment? But for now, we'll segment on looking at maybe four. I think four is healthy number to look at. So their demographics, their behaviors, their motivations, their pain points, their purchasing triggers. One of the things I actually had AI do, and I don't have that in one of the prompts, and I should, is I asked it to create an image for me of what my clients look like and in the four segments, and it was brilliant. So it was a tourism conference I was speaking at, and we said create an image and of the clients, and the images were brilliant. It was like one of the client segments were newly retired people that um, had income, and they liked cruises. They liked having everything worked out for them, their itineraries, and it showed a picture of two people that looked like they were enjoying a sunset, drinking a beverage, and some of the agents said that's exactly who our clients are. That's exactly what they look like. So it's easier to talk to your clients when you can really identify who they are. And so that was interesting. That you can actually get it to draw a picture or give you an image of your clients. So, anyways, that's kind of neat. And so then you're getting into, as I said, that SWOT analysis now. And this is where the gold happens. This is where you're going to create that strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, where you're actually able to now create your plan. So, as I said, I have all of those prompts for you in the book. And this is an example of a client segmentation pain point prompt that you'll find in the book that I've just given you. And that is, segment my clients into clear groups, create a simple to read matrix. I love matrices because I want it in columns. I want to know, uh, so you put in from above, you already know your business details. You know your value proposition because you just created that in a previous prompt. And so once you know those, then you say, okay, you paste that in here. Like I said, you don't just ask it for your um, segments if you haven't done that work already. So we need to do the value proposition. Then you copy and paste that here. Make sense? And now at this point, what are their main pain points? Got segment number one, what their main pain points And then it's going to tell you this is their pain point, and this is how you solve their problem. This is what they want to hear from you. This is how you would speak to them. So, and then they'll show you segment number 2, and this is who they are, what they look like, how you speak to them. Segment number 3, and now you've got 3 different pillars to talk to, 3 different types of clients that you're going to create material for. It's that simple. And so the SWOT analysis helps you understand, okay, so if I put in my value proposition here, cut and paste that from above, I already did the competitors prompt, I cut and paste that here. I already did my customer segmentation. I cut and paste that here. Now show me my clear SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats. And it's going to now share with you opportunities and threats. And I like to keep it action based. This is important. If you don't say action based, then it's going to tell you what they are, but it's not going to tell you what to do. So I like AI to also tell me what I need to do. So it might look at this and I'd say, okay, what you need to do is change your wording. You've never talked about some of the value you have so you can outperform your competitors when it comes to search results, or so that your clients actually know you even do this for a living, or you need to join this particular association in your local area. It's going to get that specific so that you can outreach to these specific types of clients. Perhaps one of your clients are university students or college students that are in your area that have just graduated and they don't even know you exist. So it will tell you to work with that group. So it gets into some pretty deep details, which are pretty cool. So once you've done that, now we get into, okay, so now that I know my pain points and my clients and their segmentations, I get to bring it all together. I get to understand where the gaps are, and I get to actually create my content. And this is where you're going to find the most gold, is where you're actually creating your core content plan. You know, they have a pain, you're fixing their pain, and now you're going to plant those seeds that you can actually help them uh, um, manage their pain and solve their pain. So this is where you now create your content plan. So your content strategy and plan, this is the prompt for that, using the following information. So now you're cutting and pasting here everything you've done pretty much. Your value proposition, your competitive analysis, your customer segmentation, and your SWOT analysis. You're putting all of that there, and you're letting AI now look at this and say, okay, give me my content themes by customer segmentation, recommend my content types, key messages, and what I should reinforce. So if you look at the book I created for you over here, this book, I have a lot of information about how to, once you've done that, now you can come in here and ask it to create for you your blogs, your um, social media posts, and your scripts for your actual. I've got so much in here. This is awesome. I'm so excited for you to have this now. And your scripts for your videos if you're going to create your videos. So, anyways, I'll go to the table of contents, which is why I created a table of contents for you. If I go down to how you're going to use this, you go down to marketing. These are all your marketing prompts. And there's the value proposition prompt, the competitor identification prompt, the client segmentation, the SWOT analysis, strategy, content prompt. So this is your whole strategy content prompt. Like I said, you're pasting in here your value proposition, your competition, your customer segmentation, your SWOT analysis. Then you're asking it for a 30-day content calendar based on weeks and themes and content topics. And so it knows, for example, if depending on what you're solving, and if February is coming up and it's Valentine's Day, for example, it knows if it makes sense for you to have that kind of theme. And then we get into the GAO discovery, but then where we make sure that um, all of your AI understands who you are as well. But I was trying to get to this part here, your social media posts. So based on using everything you approved of above, which is your content strategy and your calendar, content. Now you want it to write your 30-day calendar plan. And so you want post numbers or dates, pillars and key messages, hooks, the first line, full post copy, clear and not fluffy. So this is what you could try putting in it and see if these words are enough for you. Call to action, and that call to action is important. You want people to know what they're doing when they see your post. Suggest visuals or support. Optional 3 to 8 relevant hashtags if you're on a platform that needs hashtags like Instagram or TikTok. And then writing the blog. The blogs are critical for success on a website. If you don't have a website and you're just using LinkedIn, then you may want to change this to LinkedIn article because that's important if you're a business to business because you want to be found on LinkedIn as the go-to place, and how you do that are with articles on LinkedIn. So here you're going to using my approved content strategy and content calendar. Um, Please ask any questions, and you're telling the AI to ask any questions that it needs for clarification if needed. But you're going to put in your your strategy. You're going to put in your content calendar for blog posts only, and you want each blog to include SEO friendly headline, a subheading, and clear introduction, and then structured sentences, practical examples and steps, short conclusions, call to action, and optional frequently asked questions. People love AI loves it when you're answering frequently asked questions because that's how it's structured. People are asking it questions all the time. So if it's seeing that you have a question and an answer, it will draw on that. So, and then you may also want a prompt for writing a short video script. So don't be scared to do that. You ask it to write a short video script. And so you'll see in a few of the videos that I share with you on how to create your own AI clone later on this lecture as well, module 3 here. Um, it tells you that you need to create your own script. And so this just shares with you that this is where the prompt you would put in for creating your own script using my approved strategy and calendar. Write a short video script for below. And so you indicate which videos you want a short script for, indicate how long you want that script to be. Is it a short script, 15 seconds to 60 seconds? What do you want exactly? Start with always a strong hook so you don't lose them. Video one-on-one is you want to catch their attention. Address one clear pain point. Try not to confuse it. Deliver one key insight or solution in each video. End with a simple call to action always. Sound natural and well spoken if you're doing it yourself. If you've got your AI clone, then use the steps to creating your AI clone so you can upload this script to it. And or you can create a podcast. So here's the podcast prompt. And you could, if you wanted to, once you upload your strategy, your calendar, I would then what you could, if you wanted to, is ask it to create all of them in one post. I don't do that because I personally get overwhelmed when I have it all in one. I like working on one thing at a time. So it's up to you. Everyone's brain is a little different. So pretty cool, right? So we can do all that, and that's really the essence. And they're not difficult. I mean, these are simple steps that you can do to help grow your business, grow your marketing, using everything we just talked about. So this is the foundation then to go out and improve your website copy. So another prompt in here, and I think I have it, I do have it, is to here you now know my value proposition. Go to my website and see what I need to improve in order to get found more by SEO and found by GEO. Pitch deck. If you need a pitch deck I am going to this company and I'm trying to partner with them, create a pitch deck. Well, it knows how to do that because it has your value proposition. It knows who your target clients are, your social media plan, your calendar. One other thing you can do that I don't have talked about here is I have a number of different people that were in this course 2 courses ago that actually wanted to grow their company by 2 different things. One, they were growing it into a different city. So what they did was after they figured out their value proposition, who their target clients are, how they're fixing their pain points, and who their actual uh, customers were and competition was in that city that they were in, what where should they grow? And what they did was they gave a prompt saying all of that. I want to grow, and I want to grow in a 2-hour radius of where I currently am. What other cities within 2 hours from here would have the right um, clients and not be overpopulated by my types of services or products? And it came up when we did this with fabulous ideas for them and why. And because then you also asked it why. So that's a prompt I don't have for business growth, which is a practical prompt that I do know for a fact works well. And I know a couple companies actually use that to open up their next location. One company was actually about to open a location in a certain area, and because of the AI research we did, they chose not to. So it was really exciting for them to not, go belly up because of that. Then another company, what they were doing is they wanted to sell more. They were at the point now that they could handle selling more of something, but they weren't sure of what. So what they did, which makes a lot of sense, is okay, I currently have these clients and this is my value proposition, and what else can I sell service wise or product wise to those same customers that I currently don't sell, but it would make sense for me to expand and sell that too. And it gave them ideas. So that was very interesting. And that helped them grow their business by using AI. And often to do that, you need to bring in industry experts. So you're telling AI to be that industry expert in your location and asking it, how do I grow my business with the right prompt? So what I'll do is I will find that prompt and add it to the collection of prompts I've given you there. So that's what we're doing. So you're turning the prompts and adding your business details, and the output is it's going to surprise you, but you're going to love it. But it's going to, so you're basically, figuring out where you are in a competitive landscaping, doing your SWOT analysis so you understand what the gaps are, understanding why your customers love you and why they would work with you. And then we get to uncover your content plan based on that, based on the few things you need to say so that they understand your value proposition and they understand how you will compete your um, your competition. So that's what today's lecture was all about, is understanding really how to go from uh, you know just understanding what prompts are to actually using them for, in this case, marketing and business development. So I hope that made sense. So now I'm going to shut this video down and I'm going to share with you a number of how-to videos on some marketing tools that you might want to use. There's tools out there called CapCut, which are really cool on how to create fun videos from your phone, from just simple videos that capture people's attention. You've seen those videos where people turn into cartoons, or people are walking down the street, then all of a sudden a gorilla is chasing them, but they're holding their product or something. So those are simple, simple, simple to do. And that tool is something called CapCut that I've been using that I want to share with you. So I'm going to give you a link to a how-to create those videos on your phone. So that one's a simple one. You could actually use CapCut if you're somebody that just likes using their phone for creating videos, you can use CapCut to actually generate longer videos that aren't those animated ones with a gorilla chasing you, but they're actual videos of you talking about something, about an event that you've just had, and you're stitching it together. And CapCut can be used for that as well. It's got some pretty amazing video editing capability. So it depends on what you want to do. Don't start using something unless you know what you want to do. So we take a step back, say, okay, I just want some hook videos that'll get people's attention. Then you probably just want to use CapCut, the app version on your phone, and to create those wow videos. It has templates. You just put your own image in it, and it turns it into a little video. That was pretty cool. Or you may decide, no, you know what? I need to understand how to actually clone my boss or clone myself as a human, and I want to actually create videos that my clone does. I create a script, and I upload it to the clone, and I've got my video done. That's what I want to do. In that case, the tools that you use are something called HeyGen. So I have another little video that I'm going to upload for you here, or give you access to, on how to use HeyGen. That's what you use for your AI clone. So I have a number of AI clones that I've created that I'll show you in the next video. Okay, so I'm going to hang this one up now, and I'm going to come back with another video on how to create those kind of things that you may want to use either in your first project or as a final project, or you may want to just use in your current work if that's something that's of interest up to you. That's what I'll be doing, is a separate little video on that. Thank you.